Chapter 106. Volunteer Souls. Behold, ladies, all these stories concern everyone who is here. The Buddha said to Vis. How do they concern us, Lord? Princess Supavasa, who was sitting on the outer edge of the other side, spoke audibly, but we all heard clearly due to the blending of mental communication. Firstly, during my midpoint, or about 2,500 years from now, the world will enter the Kali Yuga, which is the era of maximum decline in every aspect, including the decline of the environment, resulting in the abnormality and volatility of the weather, the decline of human and animal health, a consequence of environmental degradation, the decline of the way of life, a consequence of health decline, and lastly, the decline of morality, which is the factor that causes all the aforementioned declines. People of that time will only have hatred and exploitation, filled with deceit and traps. People will use emotions to determine the fate of their lives and society, especially those who govern the country. If they lack mindfulness and virtue, it will be the most fragile era, because the world is ready for a great catastrophe at any moment. Because at that time, weapons of mass destruction will appear, powerful doomsday fireballs ready to kill every living thing on earth. Currently, the leaders of powerful kingdoms each possess enough doomsday fireballs to destroy the entire world in an instant. Therefore, it is the most dangerous decline, because whenever those kingdoms fight, the world will immediately enter catastrophe. The Buddha began to explain. Secondly, at that time, the world will need help from someone. The world will need great individuals to help transform it from the maximum decline to the maximum prosperity, to help purify the minds of every human being so that they can enter the state of Arhat mind, Buddha mind, or the noble mind filled with pure love and compassion, free from any conditions. It is about creating a new standard for the human world. When these two events converge, between the maximum decline of the world and the necessity to rectify it, to have the maximum prosperity and it is like trying to instantly transform a vicious demon into a noble person, and not just transforming any group or kingdom, but transforming all people so that the world is ready to enter the golden age. Currently, there is an individual who has spiritually volunteered to salvage that situation. He has set this intention since a past life, that he will be the one to correct the misunderstandings about my teachings, to make them correct for the full 5,000 years. And he has also vowed to create the world at that time into a paradise, a land of peace. Who is that individual, Lord? Mahapujapati asked. Originally, that individual was supposed to be born as a Buddha before me, but because I intentionally created a symbol that made him understand that I would be born as a Buddha before him, the karma from that time has resulted in his birth as a Buddha overlapping with my era, even though it is not yet time. His birth this time is a plan that was determined in advance, that during that time a severe event would occur. So this individual must help salvage the situation, turning bad into good, and that time will be considered the starting point of his era, the time of the simultaneous birth of the next Buddha, or who you know as Maitreya Buddha. The Buddha explained, "Is this the same matter that you mentioned before, Lord? The time when you declined to accept the offering of 2 pieces of cloth from me, but instead told me to offer them to the newly ordained monk. And you said that the person I offered the cloth to was the next Buddha who would be born in this Bodra." Mahapujapati continued to ask, "That's right, revered mother. Akita is the one who will be born as Maitreya Buddha in the future, the Buddha said. After the Buddha mentioned Akita's name as the one who would be born as Maitreya Buddha, the voices of everyone there became clamorous, like being in the midst of a flock of sparrows taking flight. Behold, venerable ones, may everyone please remain calm. If there is anything you do not understand, please clarify it with him now, the Buddha suggested. At the end of the Buddha's voice, silence immediately prevailed. The sound of crickets and cicadas appeared. It was so quiet that I could hear my own breathing, and at this time I felt Akita's thoughts arising, which I knew immediately that he was intentionally asking me, "Whoever you are, a noble soul or whatever, please tell me what I must do," he asked in his mind. "I am you in the future. In truth, I don't know much either. I have come to know my own story, and I have just realized that you are me in the past. Today, we have both come to know stories that we do not know, and I have no ability to rectify the future world from decline to prosperity like a paradise. I only know one thing for this mission. I must rely on companions who once vowed to undertake this mission together." I replied in his thoughts, "I also feel that I will have many companions. They are waiting for me in the future because I have seen them in a vision." Akita replied back in his thoughts, "Then who are those companions? Why don't you ask the Buddha?" I suggested. "All right," Akita replied. "O Lord, a part of the Buddha, now I duly acknowledge that I vowed to become a Buddha in the future a long time ago, with the name Maitreya. But I would like to ask about the companions in my vision, who those people are, where they come from, and what their origins are," Akita asked the Buddha. "Akita, before I answer your question, I have something to tell you. Generally, those who have attained arhatship do not have to be reborn again. They are said to be free from suffering, free from the cycle of rebirth, able to completely sever all and when they attain enlightenment, while they still have life remaining, they intend to do everything possible to help as many human beings as possible to be free from this bondage, just as they received that opportunity from the Buddha. And in the long existence of this world, each era will always have events that cause the world to enter decline from time to time, sometimes even being devoid of the noble Dharma for a while. During that time of decline, noble individuals will appear to be the ones to initiate the light for humanity. We will call those noble individuals those who know themselves to be Buddha or simply Buddha, but to become a Buddha, they must have special qualities. Beyond the ordinary, they must sacrifice themselves greatly, allowing their souls to return to wander in this world of ignorance for hundreds and thousands of lifetimes, until they are born in the time of decline, according to their own intention. During the time from when they start setting their intention until the era when they are born as a Buddha, I will call the soul that volunteers to be born a Bodhisattva. The important quality of being a Bodhisattva is being a giver or a sacrificer, and from now on, your soul will be called a Bodhisattva for another 2,500 years. Please accept this condition willingly." The Buddha emphasized this important quality to Akita. "I accept willingly, Lord. But what I am curious about is the story about the origins of the companions who are waiting for me in the future." Akita continued to ask. "Behold, Akita, they are not waiting for you in the future. They will go with you. It's just that they have not yet set their intention to go at this time." "Who are they and where are they, Lord?" Akita asked. "This is why we have gathered today. the Buddha said before falling silent. He allowed an atmosphere of stillness to become apparent amidst the moonlight on the full moon night, which was beginning to be perpendicular to the sky.